What is up, guys? God here, and we are finally here with some Division 2 content at release. Uh, as you guys know me, Division 2 is out. I'm going to be hot and heavy and back into this and be bringing you guys a lot more content. Those of you that don't know, Division 2 is a post-apocalyptic game that is set after a virus was basically released. And this is the second version, which is about the fall of DC and its rebuilding, and et cetera, et cetera. The game itself, it is massive compared to what Division 1 was. Division 1, I think I completed in just under 11 hours. This one I'm on day 3 and still have not fully completed it. I'm only on World Tier 2, so I'm only going to be able to really give you guys info as far as that. Now, with that, this is also going to be kind of giving you guys a few tips and whatnot. When you hit level 30, until then, it doesn't really matter what you do. The gear, like I can't really talk gear and weapons because I'm not to the last world tier yet. But there's such a big diversity that is in the weapons, the gears, set bonuses, all that. And we haven't even gotten to the last world tier and seen if there is a new gear set, exotics, etc., etc. So I'm not going to be able to really give you all that much, but I'm going to be able to give you a few tips and pointers, especially since you're going through the PvE section of it all. You're going to be wanting to focus mostly on damage to elites and your stability. Accuracy has almost next to nothing in this game, so you don't really have to worry about that too much, although a little bit of accuracy as far as when you're using the LMGs, snipers, etc., etc. It does help just because you're able to get your pointer in tighter, quicker. There's another big pointer, which actually I thought was kind of something that everybody would know, but apparently not when I was playing with some of the people on Xbox and whatnot. First thing you can do that will really help you out, unlock the chem launcher reinforcer variant. That thing is about the closest you can get to an overdose in Division 1. You double click that and it's almost an instant full armor back. I imagine they're probably going to nerf it pretty soon, just because of that fact. I mean, if you triple click it, it's like instantly your health is back. So I imagine they'll probably nerf it because somebody will, of course, complain about that. And yeah, well, you know how Division is, but use it while you can because it's going to be a big help. Now I have, like I said, I haven't. I'm still working through the PvE section and everything. I'm trying to rush through that, so I haven't gotten into any of the PvP content yet. Unfortunately, I'm hoping that within today or tomorrow I can start releasing some videos on that. I'm also waiting for some of my normal friends to get the game and get to level 30 themselves, so that I can go in with the good old squad again. When you're going through. The chem launcher is a good thing to have. Pretty much your other skill, anything you really want, whether it be another healing drone or seekers to hurt them or whatever. Go for them weak points, of course. When you hit level 30, what is going to happen is there is going to be basically the world reinvaded. There's part of this video that will show it here in a second. But the world's going to be reinvaded by a new faction, and you have to be able to complete the strongholds of those of that faction to be able to progress through the world tiers. Now this is where you start needing to take into account your gear and your weapons, the talents, etc., etc. Like I said, it's so diverse and there's so much to it that I haven't gotten to where I can break down and give you the numbers of everything. Now when you're leveling up, if you're trying to level up fast, one tip I can give is that you definitely want to not only unlock the perk in the base of operation that gives the extra experience as far as the headshots and etc., etc., but you also, it's not so much the main missions. The main missions only give 33% of your XP bar no matter what. The side missions, however, and the conflicts as such, is actually the fastest way to leveling up because of that 33% of the time it takes to be able to actually do them. But they also are the only ones that actually scale up with your level. The main story missions and stuff like that, they always are one set amount. So, and they take forever. So as far as replaying the main story missions to be able to get what you need, don't even bother. Now, when you get to level 30, it's going to be starting to base off your gear score. I think the first one is 275, then 325, 350, and then 375, I believe. This is the map now to show you. This was on World Tier 1, so everything was real low, but that'll just give you kind of an indication of what happens. The entire map gets taken over, and you have to basically clear out the map again, which is kind of interesting. But as far as that, honestly, the best thing that I found to do was to not even so much look at as far as the stats, but start looking at the gear score and the gear score and armor bonus. Now, I was focusing on those two things just because I wanted to be able to get through the game as fast as I can to get to the actual in-game content. I unlocked the survival list, which with the Mender Seeker, there's actually a glitch, which I'm showing right here. I won't tell you how to reproduce it, but there are a few glitches in the game. This is one big one that I think that they need to fix, where you can have an never-ending healing Seeker. The entire time it's showing that it's, not down, but if you see, that Seeker is following me around the entire time. And that's one thing that I think they need to fix, especially if more people find out how to reproduce it. I personally am not, I only did it for the purpose of this video, for one control point, and I was alone. So there's no, there's no extra added benefit or anything of me using it. I was just simply doing it to be able to show you. That aside, that healing Seeker is actually really, really nice because it not only heals a great bunch, but it always follows you around. And then when you have that pair with the chem launcher, like, it's literally a constant heal is all you got. It's constantly coming back. So I would say that the survivalist, as far as trying to get to the end game and getting to where, trying to push through to get to the PvP like I do, I think that would be your best option, is to be able to get that healing Seeker, pair it with the chem launcher, and you can rush through pretty much anything without having to worry about it. And then, yes, you'll have to use weapons that you might not necessarily be fond of, but it will still get you through it a lot faster. Now, if you also look, I touched on this a little bit earlier. Accuracy really has no benefit, but stability does have a pretty good benefit. If you look, everything I'm firing is like a laser, and that's just because I stacked a lot of stability into it. Critical hit damage minus the reload speed, things like that don't really affect. I didn't worry about reload speed, so I started looking into what can stack in the damage. I also, as best as I could, tried to make it so that my gear was stacked towards damage to elites, headshot bonus, damage to health, etc., instead of trying to do like a skill-based build or anything like that, because, like I said, we're not at the end game yet. We don't know how good that's going to be. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. I'm going to be bringing out more and more content as we go. It's just a matter of time. Got to get to that end game, get into that PvP, and I'll see you all in the dark zone. And no hard feelings, but we're going to have some fun. I am excited that this is finally out and to get going on it. But like I said, that end game is massive, so don't expect to be flying through it. It's going to take some time, but at the same time, it's not like Division 1 at all. Do not play it like Division 1. Take your time with it, have some fun, enjoy the story, etc., don't really worry about trying to do all the side missions unless it gives you a blueprint mod that you actually want. Don't worry about so much of like the SHD caches or whatnot. Yes, you do want some of them because you want to unlock all the skills. You want to unlock the good perks, etc. That I totally understand. Eventually I'll go through and I'll get them all, just be able to have all the perks and everything that comes with that. With that, that's about it. This is Fear of God, and I am out.